Then that bitch gotta be, that joint got set up like this. About to play this Madden. This ain't my official setup. I'm ready to have a new setup. I'm ready to have a setup. You know what I mean? I'm just doing this off my phone temporarily real quick. But I gotta have a, you gotta start from somewhere. You gotta start from somewhere, you know what I'm saying? I should put my light on so you can see me at least. You can't even see me. Playing Madden, getting ready for the Ravens and the Texans this Saturday. You know. I had this shit going.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without a top flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
All right, let's hear how they talk about my man my man Lamar Jackson. You know what I'm saying?
You look like a marshmallow.
2019, season 18-19, kind of reminds me of that a little bit. You know how we do.
As if watching my team lose wasn't punishment enough.
But you know, we were so good that year. We had that 2 to 3 week break.
The long road continues to Super Bowl 58 as divisional playoffs presented by Intuit TurboTax rolls on. Things kick off first off. Texans-Ravens in Baltimore Saturday afternoon, 4:30
See what they going to talk about.
Packers-Niners from across the country, Bay Area action, 8:15 Saturday night. Sunday, 3 o'clock your day starts. Buccaneers take on the Lions, battle of former first-round, #1 overall quarterbacks of that game. And then it's Kansas City on the road in Buffalo, 6:30 p.m. Visit NFL.com/schedule for ways to watch. Welcome inside our show. Good Morning Football, presented by Old Trapper Beef Jerky, live in New York City. Wednesday, January 17th, situated perfectly between Wild Card Weekend and the divisional round. I'm Jamie Erdahl. There's Kyle Brandt, Peter Schrager, Jason McCourty. Peter, last hour we did a segment saying we know there's some facts about some games that we just want to make sure we don't overdo it. None of us said the former #1 overall picks going at it in this divisional round. The Baker Mayfield, Jared Goff experience. Maybe because we like it, it's tantalizing and it's interesting.
It's an amazing story, and it's the fact that they're not with the teams that drafted them. They have to go this circuitous route, especially Baker, who's now on to team number 4. And Goff obviously got that huge monumental win. I don't know if you've seen the mic'd up yet. There's some really cool mic'd up stuff from after that game. On the field in the handshakes, McVay and Goff, yes, but Stafford and Goff, the ultimate respect they have for each other. And Stafford says to him, go get yours, dude. Go get yours. And I got chills for that. I'm like, okay, respect. I like this. Let's go. Goff Baker this weekend. Can't wait.
It was, and then there was another one too. I think I saw it where Stafford and Frank Bragnow, they were hugging former teammates, and it was
back in the tunnel.
Yes, so
Love you,
cool.
dude.
Love you, dude. Yeah, it's awesome.
It's great. Under divisional round. You're out.
Here we go. Time for the
Sorry.
lead ball.
Get out of here. Sorry.
Enough Stafford talk, I guess.
We're about winners in this league.
Texans, Ravens, it kicks off your divisional weekend. Let's go there first. Despite Baltimore being the 1 seed, Lamar Jackson doesn't have the best history in the postseason. He's 1-3.
Knew they was going there.
He's yet to score over 20 points in a postseason game. It's remarkable. Lamar was asked about this, his playoff resume yesterday.
Your 4 previous playoff games, the offense didn't score more than 20 points. How much more confident do you feel that this year's offense has the ability to put up the points you need to win in the playoffs?
I'm very confident.
Very.
Very confident.
Tell him, yo.
Confident.
Tell him. Tell him, man.
Extremely. Lamar's trying to get to the conference championship for the first time in his career. So how do the Ravens avoid another early exit, Peter, from the playoffs when history has not fared well for as good as this team may be?
They've lost their last 2 home playoff games, too. I was in the building when they lost to the Chargers and Phillip Rivers, and then I remember watching when Derrick Henry's doing jump passes and throwing touchdowns against them a couple years back in the divisional round when it was Lamar's MVP season. They're back at home. That's a proud fan base. They don't want to see them lose at home again in a playoff game. I look at it as they can't take the Texans for granted. That's obviously easier said than done. But when you come in as the #1 seed and you come in as the veteran squad and they're the young upstarts, it's easy to think, well, back in week 1, we kicked their butt. They're from the AFC South. They don't play in the AFC North like us.
AFC Championship.
And yeah, it's a nice story and you beat the Browns, but you beat the Browns with Joe Flacco, a guy that we moved on from. I get it. I understand how it might feel. But I look at this Ravens roster, and I go through this. I was going through it before the show with a pen, and it's like, Lamar is going to be a Raven for a long, long time. Odell Beckham's a free agent. Jadeveon Clowney's a free agent. You're talking about guys like Justin Matabuke, who's been huge as a free agent. They have 20 different free agents. Kevin Zeitler's a free agent. A lot of veteron guys.
So you're going to say we're not going to be nothing next year?
Together, and this group has been working so well, and the chemistry is there. You look at it and say, you can't take anything for granted, and you can't take this one for granted for sure because the Texans have absolutely nothing to lose. I look at it and I say it's our team, this 2023 Ravens, and it'll be 2024 if they make it through this week, the following week, and then, of course, for the Super Bowl. It's one of one. It's a unique squad. We're never all going to be back together, and we're not going to have the opportunity to do this. Let's not take this first one for granted. And, gosh, if they lose, it's like I said this on Friday, going about the Cowboys and Packers. Like, I don't know if I could show up to the show on Monday and talk about the Ravens on Monday because we've done this too many times with early playoff exits, especially with Lamar at quarterback, and it's not necessarily even his fault.
Yeah, the one thing constant with the NFL is change.
See, and that's what a lot of Baltimore, but people from Baltimore, they agree with that shit. I mean, they agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we really don't want to see Lamar go out there and choke. Like, as good as he played during the preseasons and all that. You know what I'm saying? In 2019, we had that I don't know if the buy. I don't know if it be the buys for everybody else. They can do the buys. We can't do the buys. It seems like. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take that back. I don't mean that. We can do the buys. We can do the bye weeks and all that. But I don't know, man. He was younger. He was much younger back then. So he even said that. Him being so young and the experience and listening to the media and stuff, hope he not listening to it too much now. And if he is, I hope he ain't taking it how he did when he was younger. You know what I'm saying? But I agree.
To your point, no roster is ever going to be the same, no matter how far you go in the playoffs. And you just said it, Lamar's 1-3 in his career in playoff games. And even as you look at those games, he hasn't thrown for over 200 yards in any of them except the blowout game.
See, and that's another thing. Stats. Here we go. Stats is not looking good. A lot of people not liking the way our stats is coming across as far as him. But you got to watch our games to understand what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as I'm concerned, we undefeated. And I'm going to explain why. Those games that we lost, we had the lead. It's not like we was losing, getting our butt kicked. We was handling business. We was handling business and people got tired. You know how them dudes get when they get the defense get a little tired, man. We was kicking butt. The defense can't, it ain't like, you know what I'm saying, when Lamar and them, they in the first string and they doing real good, they take out the quarterback. Remember the first 19? I know y'all remember probably about it was more than 2. Damn, this dude beat me because I ain't paying attention. But it was a couple of matches. Had to be about 4 to 6, Lamar was sitting out, chilling. Had the glasses on. Right around third quarter, fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying? My man was sitting down. I was so happy. I was yelling at everybody proud. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Everybody else that have football teams out there. I'm like, yeah, look how we do. We ain't even, our quarterback sitting out chilling while y'all got played the whole 4 quarters. Our quarterback sits down and chill with his glasses on. That's what I was bragging about, you know what I'm saying, for the longest, you know what I'm saying, for that season. But, you know what I'm saying, as soon as when the playoffs came, the Titans, they was, you know what I'm saying, they was the bottom seed because, we was we was we was number one seed. We actually had a better record than we have right now. You know what I'm saying?
Against the Titans when they racked up a ton of yards late after that game was really out of hand. But what I loved about when you hear Lamar is the confidence that he has. The only other time I see that level of confidence is my wife. If you ask her, does she think I'm going to forget something that she told me the day before? And she's like, absolutely. Very much so I'm confident in that. But the offense is totally different than what we've seen from Lamar throughout his career because it would be the thing that we would say about the Ravens. All right, they run the ball. We had Mark Ingram in there. They had the big trust, everything. Lamar's on the MVP
Trust.
run.
I remember him.
And it's just like, but is this going to work? Is this going to get them
I
to
ain't
the Super Bowl? Because he's a guy that does.
Now I mess with big trust Mark Ingram. I know who they talking about he the running back for the Saints now, or he was the running back for the Saints, and then that was a nice little setup. That was a night that made everybody feel good. You know what I'm saying? He brought some type of leadership, but he had everybody, you know what I'm saying, not fooled. He had everybody on Lamar train, and he was his cheerleader, number one cheerleader, and that was cool. You know what I'm saying? But when it came to production on the field, I don't feel he was, you know what I'm saying? We needed somebody like, you know what I'm saying? Gus always been there. Gus always been doing that push, you know what I'm saying? Gus the bus. But we needed somebody that was going. We actually needed the J.K. Dobbins effect to really come in and bang and push that mark, push that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be cussing right now, but we needed some of that to put some of that up in there when Lamar didn't need to have to run and he couldn't get his pass off. We needed some of that, but we got that this year. You know what I'm saying? And I forgot with Dalvin Cook. I forgot, one of the cooks. We got him now. We're gonna see how he play in the
Much outside
playoffs.
the pocket. But this year, as you watch him, Todd Monken comes in as offensive coordinator. There's weapons around him aplenty. We're watching Lamar just operate and just chill in the pocket. No rush, not scrambling around. Yes, he still has those attributes, and we still see those plays, and we're dazzled by him when he's able to do that. But for a lot of this season, we've watched him sit there and find guys like Zay Flowers, Odell Beckham, Rashad Bateman, whether it's Isaiah Likely or Mark Andrews that have been in the lineup, of Lamar just dicing them up and making throws from the pocket. Because when we watch a guy holding up the Lombardi with the confetti falling, it's always a quarterback that if he does run, he can do both. And I see Lamar, and I think what he's done this year, as you look at it, has been some of his best numbers from the pocket this season, where they rank throughout his career. I think that's the difference of this Ravens team, and specifically the Ravens offense. And that's why Lamar has the confidence going in of, we're going to score more than 20 points. We're going to be as prolific on offense as we have been all season long, because we have the guys around us. He's not throwing to the same receivers that he's thrown to throughout his career, where the game has been dominated in the run game. So I think for Lamar, there's so much confidence. I think that's the difference of why they're going to be able to win this year in the playoffs.
I hear that. This is the first game of the weekend, first one up. It's 4:30 kickoff on Saturday afternoon for the Ravens. It's not 4:45. It's not 5 o'clock. It's not 6 o'clock. We got to go, and we got to get out of the gates. Let's play a game right here. Let's play closest to the pin. Okay. So the Ravens, I'm going to go Jamie, Jason, Peter. Yep. The Ravens have played 4 playoff games, as we've said many times with Lamar Jackson. Yes. 4 games. How many points in those?
See, we're talking about 4. I mean, shit. Y'all keep forgetting he got injured. When he got injured, my man was thinking about the future. He got injured. I believe he probably could have still balled out, because we seen him be a little injured this season. He's still balled out. But when you thinking about, and you're not sure if the Ravens are still going to stay with you, if they're going to get what you want, you going to sit out and chill. You going to sit out when you get injured and like, I'm not going to get myself completely hurt. He ain't give his all. That's basically what I'm saying. He ain't give his all. So when he ain't give his all, that was you know what I'm saying? We start losing, but he brought us all the way up to the point where he's like, okay, Y'all win the next game, y'all into the playoff round or whatever. Y'all keep saying, y'all making it sound like last year he ain't playing that joint, man. You know what I'm saying? Damn, beating. Hold me, everything got to say though. Hold on.
Games have the Ravens scored in the first quarter? Think about it. You have 4 first quarters. That's 60 minutes of football. How many total points have they scored in the first quarter of those 4 playoff games? Jamie, what do you think?
4 games. They didn't get to 20. I'm going to go 0.
0.
I'm going to say 14.
14 points total in the 4 games.
Even the win against Tennessee, I remember that game. Khalif Raymond was playing for the Titans and was crushing the Ravens at first. I'm like, why is Khalif Raymond killing the Ravens right now? I'm going to say 3.
3 points total. In 4 playoff games under this electric Lamar Jackson's guidance, in the first quarter they have scored 0 points. 0 points. Bring it up. Jamie was right. Look at this. Here's the 4 playoff games. After the first quarter, 6-0, 7-0, 10-0 in the game they won.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then 3-0. They don't get out of the gates. And you think it's not Lamar. Look at Lamar in the first quarter of playoff games. This is not the average. This is the total. Next. He's 9 of 16 total. He's thrown for 75 yards total in 4 quarters. 0-2. He's not thrown a touchdown, obviously, and his pass rating is 28.9. What's going on here? I think it's especially damning for the Ravens because the Ravens, when they jump you early, you're like, it's a wrap. Like, they have an intimidation factor. They have a shock and awe. They have Lamar's faster than our scout team guy was. These linebackers can hit. They have the veteran coach. If they get up on you, they can put you away. They don't get up on teams, and they let teams hang.
This is where we're
and
going to prove you wrong this year.
Like D'Amico Ryans or C.J. Stroud, who looks up after the first quarter.
Now, I ain't going to lie. Don't look good that C.J. Stroud is a rookie, and he probably, what they say, he's tied with Lamar with wins or something like that, playoff wins already, or it was the other guys. I don't know, but hold on, let me.
And it's scoreless, or maybe they're up 3-0. Like, all right, we just took the first round. It's fine. We can beat this team. They got to get out of the gates. I don't know what it is because not all those are after a bye. Only one of them is. This one will be too. So it's not even necessarily the rust discussion. They don't start playoff games fast. They get behind. They're sloppy. They're lackadaisical. Lamar's not good in the first quarter, and then they usually lose. You got to get out of the gates. I don't just give me 3 points. How do you not have any points? And Justin Tucker is a damn kicker. You can't get a field goal in the first quarter. Kick one from 60. He'll make it. I don't know if it's Harbaugh or Lamar or the collective group. They start really slow and they get beat. So when you watch this game at 4:30 Eastern, not 4:35 Baltimore, 4:30. We need an early score from Baltimore. If you let Houston hang, you let Houston believe, and the repeating factor is going to happen again. Get out of the gate. Give me 3 points in the first quarter will be progress. Come on.
Speaking of letting Houston hang, I thought it was also great what Lamar said about C.J. Stroud, his awareness for how great he's been in his rookie season. 274 yards, 3 touchdowns, and Lamar said, from my experience, he's played a lot better than I did in my rookie game, which I think if he's aware of how good C.J. Stroud is, maybe the Ravens can hang as well. Peter, send me that New York Post, will you? It helps me talk to Ian about what we're chatting about.
Back page of the New York Post. No coaching vacancies. What is on the back page?
Spin it to win it, Ian Rappaport, our NFL, predicting where big names riding coaching carousel will ultimately stop. Rap sheet, talk to us what's going on the latest in the coaching world, as the Post would like.
You know what? Let me get focused in this game. I'll be back on us another time, yo. Until I get everything.